It will be necessary to receive a motion to convene in closed session and pursuant Section 19.851C, Wisconsin statutes to consider employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over whom the board has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility to wit promotion of nominee to deputy chief. May I have a motion to convene into closed session, please?
So moved.
Second.
We're in closed session now.
Open the door and kick the stand up.
And 2019 meeting of the Fire and Police Commission. Present are Commissioners DeVogas, Wilson, Crowther, and myself, Commissioner Solar. Also present are Chief Mark Rolfin of the Fire and Fire Personnel Officer Juliet Battle of the Fire Department. Assistant Chief Raymond Banks and Human Resource Extraordinaire Administrator Arvis Williams, representing the Police Department, and our Executive Director, Lakeisha Butler. Ms. Butler, please proceed with the agenda.
First item on the agenda is public comment.
For public comment, each speaker will be limited to 2 minutes. Speakers are asked to state their name for the record and direct their comments to the commissioners and no one else. Please understand that under Wisconsin Opens Meeting Law, commissioners cannot respond to comments about matters not on the agenda. So please do not be offended by that. We're receptive to hearing comments about items on the agenda and may discuss them, your concerns during the meeting when the agenda item is reached. Please remember to respect the time of your fellow citizens. When the timer goes off, please wrap up your thoughts and finish your comment. If you have any additional questions or concerns, I encourage you to contact the FPC office by phone or email and to check the FPC website for information. The first person for public comment is Cynthia Greenwood.
My only comment tonight is I just want to say thank you to our Milwaukee police officers, fire department, ambulance personnel, everybody on the force. I just want to say I'm very proud of them. I thank them for everything they're doing out here. I want them to please stay safe, and I have to give a high five to my favorite district, 2nd District. They have been very helpful to me and very supportive for me just in a number of situations that occurred. There was a theft at my home last week, and I need a little help from somebody regarding that, but I have nothing but good things to say about our officers, and my prayers and thoughts go out to the city worker and the police officers that were killed in the line of duty. And I just don't think I can say enough about them. They're just been really helpful. So I'm really encouraged as far as that. I don't know how they do the job they do, and one of the officers I'm going to call out by name that has been really helpful to me, and I hope you don't mind if you're seeing this, Officer Diener, but it's Matt Diener. He has been so helpful to me, and he really is very supportive of me. I just got out of a real bad domestic violence situation, and he's been very helpful. And so have Alderman Perez. So that's my comment, and I just want to say I thank our law enforcement and everybody out there trying to help, and I hope we have a safe summer. And the guns get put down. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
What, could you give me that name again? I missed it.
Matt Diener. And he really deserves a citizen award. He should be on TV6. That guy is really awesome. He tries to help, and I know he's busy. He can only help me so much, but he encourages me. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate MPD and you guys.
Okay, thanks. Our next public comment comes from Mr. Paul Mozina.
My name is Paul Mozina. Standard operating procedure review and changes are required in response to the death of MPD Officer Matthew Rittner. The execution of no-knock forced entry search warrants should be stopped immediately, pending review and update of existing procedures. SOP 970 search warrants. The approach considerations and intervention options in the use of force SOP 460 must be carefully considered prior to the execution of a high-risk, no-knock forced entry search warrant to guard the safety of everyone involved. Cannabis sales cannot be used in any way to justify a high-risk, no-knock forced entry search warrant. The risk level and whether or not it will be executed with a no-knock forced entry must be communicated to all persons involved in the search warrant prior to their approving it. No police member shall use a battering ram to create a hole in a door while standing in the breach when it is known or suspected that persons inside are armed. If a police member is killed or injured in the execution of a search warrant, then SOP 453, officer-involved deaths and other critical incidents shall apply. SOP 453, officer-involved deaths and other critical incidents. This SOP shall be updated to include the injury or death of a police member during the execution of a search warrant. SOP 460, use of force. This SOP shall be updated to provide direction in executing a forced entry search warrant in conjunction with SOP 970 search warrants. The use of force committee shall review the execution of all forced entry search warrants. A new SOP, confidential informants. Standard operating procedures surrounding the use of confidential informants will be established to ensure the truthfulness of the information gained. MPD officers Charles Irvine Jr., Michael Milcheski, and Matthew Rittner have died since June 2018 fighting the war on drugs. The government's attempt to control what people put in their bodies is causing the crime, fear, and disorder that the MPD is attempting to reduce. The arbitrary criminalization of controlled substances has created an illegal market where drugs and guns proliferate. Was the death of Officer Matthew Rittner, a soldier in the drug war, worth it? Will it stop straw purchases from being made at gun shows? Will it stop people from selling a few grams of cannabis to their friends? If we don't learn from these tragic drug war casualties, then these MPD officers have died in vain.
Thank you. Our next public comment comes from Mr. Mari Wall.
Hey, good evening, all. Good to see you all again. Some new faces. Thanks for representing the citizens of Milwaukee. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I remember when citizens were not allowed to speak at this body. I'm just here to return to the issue of traffic, poor driving, illegal driving, all dangerous driving. As we all know, people are dying in the streets of Milwaukee. Once the safest city in America for driving, now it is outright dangerous to go to the grocery store. Dangerous for drivers, passengers, children, the disabled, pedestrians, bicyclists, visitors. I was here in May, and the new chief asked for some time, rightly so, to put a plan in place. And I saw police vehicles really for the first time on the side of Lisbon Avenue where my 85-year-old mother lives, shortly thereafter, really for the first time. And I had hope, but sadly little has changed. Out-of-control drivers and indifferent police enforcement, the infractions and outright egregious driving occurs in traffic, not on the side of the road. I don't know what the plan is or what citizens can do. Nothing will change until we know the extent of the problem. I ask this commission, on behalf of the people you represent, to create a traffic incidents file, to ask for the traffic data at every meeting, for an update on traffic accidents, severe accidents, photos taken by MPD, to see some of the crashes that occur in people's front porches that I've seen. The number of deaths, injuries, hospitalizations, number of traffic tickets written, and for what? If we're just writing tickets for speeding, that is not addressing the full nature of the problem. Only with that data can this commission judge any progress being made on the streets of Milwaukee, a life and death situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. There being no further comments, this concludes the public comment section of the meeting. We will now proceed with the consent agenda. Ms. Butler, please.
As I read through the items on the consent agenda, commissioners are reminded that any item, if they feel it necessary, may be pulled from the consent agenda for separate action. Item A on the consent agenda are the regular meeting minutes from February 21st, 2019. Item B, request for sensitive crimes project coordinator examination from the police department. Item C, request for police open records legal advisor examination by the police department. Request for reclassification of crime analyst to the one position of crime analyst in the Fusion Division to be reclassified to the position of crime and intelligence manager in the police department. Another reclassification request for the position of document examiner to be reclassified to the position of forensic investigator. There's a request to approve the Police Services Specialist Investigator Job Announcement Bulletin. Request to approve the Office Assistant 3 Job Announcement Bulletin. Request to remove Police Officer Vance Skolin from the Sergeant Eligible list. Okay, let me see something here. Okay. Request to separate from the Milwaukee Police Department to serve in City Clerk's office, Detective Dale Borman Jr. And then a request to rescind the exemption status request for Program Assistant 3 position with the Police Department. And finally, request to approve examination for the position of Program Assistant 3.
Move approval.
We have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
It has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, under unfinished business, we have promotion of Battalion Chief Todd J. Van Roo to the position of Deputy Chief in the Fire Department.
Move approval.
Second.
It has been moved and second. Anybody abstains? Anybody opposes? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Congratulations.
Next, under new business, is item A, which is correspondence relating to the transition to Legistar. This is a project that the commission staff has been working on for the last several months, and we are intending to begin the process of going live on Legistar starting the next meeting. We do plan to present to the public, I think at the next meeting, a demonstration of what the Fire and Police Commission agenda will look like and where items can be found in the Legistar system. This is a system that is used by the Milwaukee Common Council and all of its committees for its documentation. This will allow us to archive the video from the FPC meetings, and it will also allow us to bookmark agenda items to that video, which will make it more accessible for the public and for others who need to research things or look back at items. We will be doing this prospectively, so we will not be going back at this point and trying to place old agendas and old items on Legistar. We're basically going to start from a point and move forward. with that. So items that up through today's meeting would still be accessible on the FPC site. Starting the next meeting, those items, you will be able to see them through the Legistar site and going forward. The next item under new business is, was supposed to be a presentation from the Milwaukee Community Collaborative Committee, and we're going to ask that that item be held. So the next item under the fire department, I think I skipped them. I did. Is promotion of one individual to the position of fire captain. The individual is Edward W. Schott from the fire department.
Move to approve.
Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Congratulations.
We also have, we have two more promotions. The next one is for David P. Morgan to be promoted to the position of fire lieutenant.
May I have a motion, please?
Move second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody abstains? Anybody opposes? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
And then finally, for the fire department, we have a request to appoint Gregory M. Brula to the position of fire equipment welder.
May I have a motion, please?
Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody abstains? Anybody opposes? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Under the police department, we have first promotion of 4 individuals to the rank of police sergeant. Those individuals are Vincent K. Waller, Adam J. Islib, James R. Klussman, and Trent D. Little.
May I have a motion, please?
Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody abstains? Anybody opposes? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next is a request to promote police officer Peter J. Ulatowski to the rank of forensic investigator in the police department.
Move approval.
I have
Second.
a first and a second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is a request to appoint Daniel Dula to the position of data communication specialist in the police department.
May I have a motion, please?
Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next item is the appointment of Taylor L. Green to the position of crime analyst.
Move approval.
Second.
It has been moved and second. All those, I'm sorry. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Finally, under promotions, we have the promotion of Cheryl M. Whiting to the position of office assistant 3.
May I have a motion, please?
Move to approve.
Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next, under appointments, we have appointment of Ryan Schleider to the position of electronic technician.
May I have a motion?
Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Next is appointment of Emmanuel Pena to the position of building maintenance mechanic 2.
May I have a motion, please?
Second.
Has been moved and second. Anybody abstains? Anybody opposes? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
And finally, under the police department, we have the appointment of 5 individuals, Lamont Clark, Rosie Falk, Cedric Plummer, Evangelina Ferreira, and Jomo Smith to the position of custodial worker 2.
May I have a motion, please?
Move approval.
Has been moved and second. Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
That concludes the business on this agenda.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Anybody opposes? Anybody abstains? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Have a good night. Thanks for coming.